If the surgery doesn't happen within 72 hours, she won't make it. Those were the doctor's words. As I stood beside my mother's hospital bed, watching her chest rise slowly, painfully, like each breath was negotiating with death, I walked out of the ward, my legs shaking, my head spinning. Where do you go when time itself is chasing you? Who do you call when everyone you know is just as broke as you are? My name is Joanne, and this is how everything began. 5 days earlier, 2:30 p.m. I was at work, wiping tables, counting tips in my head, when my phone started ringing. It was my neighbor. I almost ignored it. When I picked up, her voice was shaking. "Joanne, your mother slumped at the market. They've rushed her to the hospital." I don't remember hanging up. I remember dropping everything. Plates crashed. My boss shouted. People stared. I ran. By the time I got to the hospital, my clothes were soaked in sweat. My mother lay there quiet, too quiet. A woman who used to wake up before dawn, now struggling to stay awake at all. The doctors spoke in codes first. Tests, machines, numbers. Then the doctor stopped. He told me my mother had suffered acute heart failure caused by a damaged heart valve. She needed emergency open heart surgery. Within 72 hours, the cost was 12 million. Surgery, medication, intensive care, everything. I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because I already knew that money did not exist in my life. I started making calls. Relatives suddenly had meetings. Friends promised prayers. Others said God will make a way. But God wasn't holding a debit card. As the hours passed, the nurses stopped smiling at me. The doctor stopped explaining. I didn't need him to repeat the deadline. It was already counting down in my head. That night, I went back to work. Not because I was strong, but because sitting beside a hospital bed wouldn't raise 12 million. I needed money, any money. Tips, extra shifts, anything. If I could gather even a fraction, maybe I could beg for time. The bar was loud. Music, laughter, bottles clinking like nothing in the world was wrong. I wiped tables, served drinks, smiled when customers looked straight through me. That's when I heard them. Two men at a corner table. One sounded angry. The other sounded exhausted. "They are just waiting for the deadline," the angry one said. "My uncles, the board, all of them." "And the will?" his friend asked. "It's clear. If I'm not married, I don't get control of the company. They take everything." The word married hit me harder than the diagnosis. "I have 30 days, the man continued. 30 days to produce a wife." His friend scoffed. "Then do what desperate people do." "And what's that?" the man asked. "Contract marriage." My hands froze on the tray. They finished their drinks, stood up, headed for the door. Something inside me moved before fear could stop it. I followed them outside. "I can help," I said. They turned, confused, suspicious. "I can marry you," I said. "For 30 days. The man stared at me. "You don't even know my name." "I don't need to," I replied. "This isn't love. It's survival." I took a breath and asked, "How much are you ready to pay?" Silence stretched between us. Then he said, "I'll pay you 50 million. The world went quiet. 30 days, he continued. No emotions. No interference. After that, we go our separate ways." I nodded. He handed me his card. "Call me tomorrow," he said. "I'll text you a location. We'll discuss the contract." They got into the car and drove off. I stood there long after the taillights disappeared, holding a card that could either save my mother's life or ruin mine. The next morning, I had to choose: sign a contract I hadn't read or watch the clock run out on my mother's life.